Two men with thought-provoking intellect, a rousing discussion with a hint of humor. He says this, I say that, with a host that...
Bruh, it's a podcast.
Hi, I would like to welcome you all to our latest episode of Bruh, It's a Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney. We got our two audio connoisseurs, Q and E, with us. How are y'all doing today?
Yo, what up?
Definitely not a connoisseur, but I'll take it.
We got word from the audience last week that there were some changes that needed to be made to the audio, so we got it done. So now you guys are professionals. You guys are on a new level now.
Finally.
They're talking about me, everybody. I needed a microphone, and here we are.
All about progress. Every week we're supposed to get better. We're on episode 11, and finally, we can finally hear Q.
It only took 11 episodes, but we can finally hear you, Q.
Yo, it's just about, what is it? Dust yourself off and try again. First you don't succeed, or the second, or the 10th. But it's all right. Yeah. We're just going to get there, and that's what matters.
I will accept that, but my voice, even muffled, is the equivalent of cream soda on a hot summer day.
Yeah, seeing that cream soda was a prize drink in the 50s, it's not going to be the same thing today.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that. I hate cream soda.
You hate cream soda?
Yeah, I can't stand it.
Can't stand it?
That's surprising.
That's a stretch. It's not root beer.
Root beer is definitely better than cream soda.
Get the first question. We're over the subject. Get the first question.
All right. We got a female fan question. So we're going to start that off with our show. And it ties in with some news that's actually happened in the week. So I'm going to let you guys listen and then we'll get your thoughts.
I have always wondered why the majority of men are obsessed with playing video games.
That's an interesting question. I am interested to hear what you guys think. They did just announce the new release of the PS5, so if she has a boyfriend, I'm sure she's not going to be happy about that. So what do you guys think about her question?
I mean, I'm not really much of a gamer, but I will say I feel like every guy goes through some type of video game phase, whether it's Madden or 2K or even Fortnite or anything like that. To me, I think it's just about relaxation. You get to relax yourself and you get to play a game to, just decompress. So that it's a combo of men's two favorite things to do: being lazy and not pay attention. It's ideal. You only pay attention to the game, everything is gone, and you get to sit on the couch and relax. 2 for 1, baby.
Makes complete sense to me. This is, here we go. All right. I don't want to sound like that, but this is women complaining. Why do they play video games so much? Why is it a big deal? Now, if that's your biggest complaint, if he was the guy that every Thursday night he's down at the strip club spending his money, you'd have a problem with that. If he's gone every weekend with some side woman telling you that he's working his second job, even though he doesn't have one, you'd have a problem with that. But because he's sitting in his basement in his underwear playing video games by himself, you have a problem with that. You know why? Because he's having fun without you. And we're not allowed to have fun without you. And that's all it is. We're having fun. Video games are harmless. They're good for your brain. They're keeping them out of trouble. And you still don't like it. Think of it like Instagram. It's your Instagram. It's for the men. It's a man-gram. Same principle. Women can't live without Instagram. We can't live without video games. It's the same thing.
What if you don't like Instagram or video games? What if you're neither that person? What about that?
Then you're me.
And me. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking, though. I think she really has another question. I think her real question is, how come he's not giving me enough attention? I think that's what the real question is. Now, hold on. I don't want to rag her. You know what I mean? We like your question, and we thankful that you brought it upon us. We're just going to morph it a little bit. The real question is, how come he's giving so much attention to the video game, but no attention to me? You want me to tell you why? Because he's tired of you, man. Come on. Nobody can concentrate on the same thing for 24 hours.
Whoa.
What?
Come on, man.
Oh, wait, what happened to E? Who took him?
I've always been a
shoot.
realist. Everybody needs just some time to relax, a time for themselves. That's just the reality of the situation. Just because he can't be on you 24 hours a day, that doesn't mean he can't concentrate or still love you for 20 hours a day. People are designed to rest. They're designed to sleep. It happens.
I agree with that. You're right, man. Don't take it personal, lady. Every guy has something. Just be glad his is video games and not drugs, liquor, or clear heels.
Bruh. Or other women.
Clear heels? What? What are you talking about?
Well, maybe that
Titty
wouldn't be
bar.
But anyway, oh, that's what you meant? Okay. No, but the reality situation is everybody needs time to themselves. And what's the old adage? Absence makes the heart go fonder.
Yep, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, something like that. So if he's absent for 2 hours, he's growing fonder.
Hey, he didn't play the music, but that was some romantic advice right there, man.
I'm just trying to let you know how guys think. That's it. That's it.
Let them have his game. But see, that's the thing. We let them have what they want, E. We let them watch their movies. We let them watch their rom-coms, their ratchet TV. We let them do all the things they want. We don't question them. But it's once we become involved in something else that these questions arise. It's a pattern, man.
Speaking of pastimes that, men obsess over and, women too, the NBA is coming back, but there's been a little bit of controversy. Some players are saying that they don't want to play because of the situations that are happening in the world. Some players are saying that they don't want to play because they don't feel safe because of the coronavirus. The NBA is split and we don't know what's going to happen. So what are you guys thinking about what's going on?
I'm kind of torn on this one because in a way I'm like, yeah, they might as well play. But then if it was me and COVID-19 was here, I wouldn't play. So I kind of get both sides of it. But having Kyrie Irving as your spokesman, and I love Kyrie Irving, we're from the same place, but he doesn't exactly add credibility to your argument. Not because he thinks the earth is flat or that there are dragons. None of that. But because he doesn't like to play anyway. And so, of course, he's going to say, well, we shouldn't be playing anyway. He's upset because he wouldn't be making a trip to Orlando anyway. His team's not going to the playoffs and he's injured. So, of course, he's telling you not to play. You can't listen to anything he says in this case. He's biased. He's out. So, should they play? No. Would I watch? Yeah.
Well, before you go, E, I do just want to say they are in the playoffs. The Nets would make it. They wouldn't go far, but they are in the playoffs. So, just to correct that.
So, Q's lying to the people. He's lying to the people. And you guys do not understand how much my blood was boiling listening to this Joker speak, okay? First off, Q, right now you're 49. So you're thinking like a 49-year-old.
Wow.
Put yourself
I am
back.
not 49.
Put yourself back into the 22-year-old Q who lived, breathed, and died basketball. I actually got into a total lost car accident toward heading to the gym to play ball. A total lost car accident. Got out the car, thanked God, and I went and played ball anyway. That's how much I loved ball in my early 20s. And Q, you would do the same thing. So stop lying. Talk about if I was scared of Corona. Stop. Because you're 22 years old, you're getting paid millions of dollars, you're in the best shape of your life, and at 22 years old, you are low risk to Corona. Stop. Just stop. Okay? Now, this idea of the fighting for social injustice is going to be a distraction. I understand that stance, but I don't stand by that stance. I do believe that you can actually do both, right? You can actually kneel during the national anthem. You can speak before the crowd. Everybody's looking for sports entertainment. You can have a moment of silence. You can speak about social injustice in that moment as well. Just because you're playing ball, that doesn't necessarily mean that you've turned your back on social injustice. That being said, Kyrie is hurt. He wasn't going to play anyway. Of course, he could cancel the season. He wasn't going to play anyway. Shoot, if I had no chance of winning a chip, why do I need to play? I'll use any and every excuse. And let's not talk about how he's already made his max contract money. My pockets are full. I wasn't going to play anyway. Of course, let's shut the whole season down. Now, if you were on top to winning a chip, though, things change. If you had a chance to win a chip, you want to play. So coming from his standpoint, I can see why he doesn't want to play. And unfortunately, there's only like 4 teams who can win a chip anyway. So arguably, 26 teams say the same thing. But I'm all about playing. If I was in their position, I would play because I just love the game.
See, there's a question that you guys are missing. No, I need you guys to ask me what the question is.
What's the question, Courtney?
Oh, okay, I guess he'll do it.
The question is WWLD. Okay? And what that stands for is what would LeBron do?
What would LeBron do?
Exactly. And we know when LeBron said that he was going to ball, hey, all you guys that make all this little funny money, like, that's cute. All you guys that don't build schools for people, that's cute. It's time to ball because LeBron said he's going to ball. Like, yeah, y'all make decisions and y'all help people in the community. I agree. But when LeBron James says it's time to put on the shoes and hoop, hey, Kyrie, power to you, my fella. But LeBron's about to go hoop over here. You can go hang out in Jersey or Brooklyn, wherever you at. Hey, 99% of the league can go follow where LeBron is. So that's the most important question.
And then to piggyback that just a little bit, I do love the fact that they want to stand up for social injustice, and I agree with it completely. But realistically speaking, do we think social injustice is going to end by the start of next season?
No.
Because if your mentality is, we're not going to play ball until social justice ends, come on now. You think we're going to end over 400 years of oppression in 6 months? Just stop. You can do both. But I understand. I had no shot at winning a chip anyway. I already got paid guaranteed dollars. My knees still hurt. Yeah, that shut the whole season down.
The interesting part about this is I've never heard Austin Rivers speak. And then all of a sudden he's out there like, yo, man, we got to hoop. Like, we don't all make money like you, Kyrie. And we can make more change when we have more money in our pockets and we're keeping kids off the street and they're watching us play or they see that we're doing something. Basketball is a couple hours in the day. I don't want all men, not only black men, but all men to think that we can only be one-sided in how we do things. You know, I joke about LeBron, but the point is LeBron does so many different things where when you can compartmentalize and say, I can make change here and I can do this once I finish and you can do things simultaneously. So, you know, shout out to Austin Rivers for making that point. And yeah, like you said, E, shout out to Kyrie as well, because at least he's sparking a conversation and that is what is needed for the time now.
But also, if you play, you can use the NBA as a platform as well.
Sure.
So it can help your cause.
And Austin is black and white, so he probably doesn't really know what he wants to do right now.
No. He did not choose that. Stop it. Stop it.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Shout out to all the white brethren.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
I said brethren who out there protesting with all of us. We appreciate
you. Yeah. Honestly, they're holding
absolutely.
And they're leading the pack.
Yeah,
we don't want to say that, but they're leading the pack.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of leading the pack, I'm glad you said that because NASCAR has decided that they're going to take down the Confederate flag. So, you know, round of applause for that. But I did want to let you guys know that while this happened, a gentleman by the name of Ray Cicerelli, he decided to quit. You know, he didn't really like the fact that they're going to take down the Confederate flag. I do have another question. I want you guys to ask me how many races he's won.
No, I already know.
Oh, you heard?
Know.
You heard?
Can I jump in?
Yeah. Let us know.
All right. Ray Cicerelli. I want to thank you, Courtney, for saying this name for the people, Mr. Ray Cicerelli, who is quitting NASCAR because he doesn't like where the game is headed. For those of you who don't know, he has absolutely no wins. This is a scenario where he realizes that he had nothing going for himself. So this is a time where he can make himself famous. Mr. Ray Cicerelli. You are officially famous for the wrong reasons, Mr. Ray Cicerelli. You can go open up your pizzeria because nobody else.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
We have switched roles this week.
Okay. All right. Mr. Ray Cicerelli.
Wow. I want to remind everyone that was E that said that. Okay. Ray Cicerelli, I mean, you got to remember, he said, in no way, shape, or form was I defending the Confederate flag. Everything I was saying was the fact that I understand both sides' feelings toward the flag. So, we talked last week about what happens when you get in somebody's behind. And what happened was everyone on social media has been getting in him and his family's behinds. So now, like most, he is attempting to try to change his tune, but we know what you think. The Confederate flag is 2020, and you're still waving it at races, and people are offended that you can't? This is the world we live in. And mind you, didn't they lose the war? Why is the losing flag to a war still waving anyway? The whole thing is just beyond me. But, NASCAR, I guess, is a step in the right direction, but it's 2020. The cars will be flying in 5 years, and you're just taking down that flag. It's amazing.
You have to take down the flag at this moment in time because that's what's in. If they had kept waving the Confederate flag and so forth, the country would have, quote unquote, turned on them, because that's just another reason as to a side of social injustice and so forth. So I'm not so sure that NASCAR is doing this for social injustice purposes, more so for business purposes. They're just covering themselves. Had they taken this out years ago and so forth, because we can talk about the NFL too, how now they officially support Cap and we're sorry and so forth, because business decisions. Once the people turn on you, you got to do what's best to protect your pockets as a businessman. I'm not saying you're doing the right thing because you're about 200 years late.
Yeah, I did hear something funny where they said if you say Ray Ciccarelli's name like 5 times fast, it just him saying like racist really, racist really, racist really. So I thought that was interesting.
Ray Ciccarelli. Your new name is Mr. Racist Really.
Mr. Wow. Racist Really. I actually don't have a transition for this next point because I just don't know what to say for our guy Joe Cool. He made a comment and I just wanted to ask you guys, he was asked, a question and he came out and he said Martin Luther King's assassination did not affect the world or have a greater impact than George Floyd's death. Now, obviously, what George Floyd's death has done has created so much change in the world, and it was needed, and it's unfortunate that he had to lose his life, but he's going to live on forever. But who's his publicist? Like, who writes for Joe? Because I don't know why you took this time to compare the death of Martin Luther King to George Floyd.
Can we not come for my boy Joe Cool? All right. We know what we're getting with Joe Cool.
Okay, defend him. Right. Okay.
No, excuse me. That's how I was defending him. I'm just asking, can we not come for my boy Joe Cool? You know what I mean? You ever been in a position, I think we had this in one of the episodes, you ever been in a position where your boy is wrong, but you got to stand by him anyway because he's your boy?
Yes.
You know what I mean? That is what's happening with my boy Joe Cool. And hashtag Joe Cool. We need to get that started so we get the president. Now, here's what happened, man. I'm assuming what he meant was that because of social media and so much things occurring now, we have more of an avenue to make an impact. So that's what he means, that by what he's seeing thus far, George Floyd's assassination or his murder seems to be more impactful so quickly than the assassination on Martin Luther King. Not saying that one is more valued than the other, but he's saying that this has hit the society harder and it's been a quicker turnaround in reference to protesting and so forth. That is probably what he meant. But they both had definitely early, unfortunate deaths. It's impacted our country. It's impacted our culture. And we are using that to make this country or make our system even better.
4 weeks ago, I think it was, on this very show, I said to E that I need Joe Biden to stop talking so he can win. And he has continued to talk anyway. You're winning. Shut up. You're winning. You are finally giving us a ray of hope against this diabolical maniac. And you keep saying dumb stuff. Somebody give this guy his pills. We need him to win. I can't Go. Listen, I can't go another 4 years, man. I'm going to jump off a cliff backwards. I need Joe Biden to shut up, stop talking, and win. Let someone talk for you. Hell, let E talk for you. Let someone talk for you so you can win. Because if he loses, the show we have after that is going to be ridiculous. You're going to think that it's E and Sam Jackson. So let's just hope he shuts up and wins this election.
The new show is going to be entitled "Let It Rip." Hey, I'm Courtney. Let me go. Let me go. Okay.
Yeah. It's crazy because, it's funny that they're running against each other, but can you imagine a podcast where Joe Biden and Donald Trump were just allowed to say whatever they thought? Just we're like,
oh my God.
They already do say whatever they think.
What is wrong with you
people?
Is America their podcast?
They already
It seems like it.
Oh. You think these jokers are filtered?
What would the name of their podcast be?
I guess we can't say Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Orange is the New Black?
No. No one thinks Trump is black.
Not.
No one thinks
Actually,
Trump is black.
but that's why they would call it that, though, right? Like Trump would be like, "Oh yeah, this is me.
Exactly.
This is me for the people."
No. That's a very good question. I really like it.
Yeah.
We need to get that from the spot. We need to get that from the audience. Give us, give them a poll. Give them a poll.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, E, because last week on this show, we talked about women and apologizing. And I talked about how women won't apologize. And if they do, it's that fake, if your feelings were hurt, I'm sorry your feelings were hurt apology. Mm-hmm. And so Courtney said at the end of the show for all women out there to email us an example of when you apologized. So Courtney, how many emails did we get of women talking about when they apologized?
We actually got like 112 emails.
What a liar.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Oh, gosh.
We received 0 emails. Not one female sent
Exactly.
Yeah, not one.
Why didn't you get an email, Courtney? Why didn't we get an email?
I guess what Q said is right. Women don't apologize, and they were just fine with just understanding the fact that they're just going to say what they want, and we just got to live with it.
You see how sexist these gentlemen are, ladies? My goodness. I believe females apologize. I'm winking.
God.
I'm winking right now. You guys can see me. I'm winking right now. I got my fingers crossed and everything, bro.
All right. So you guys made very valid points. I do want to end the show off with getting your plans. As we know, when this show comes out, the next day will be a holiday. It is Juneteenth, also known as Freedom Day, the emancipation of the last remaining enslaved African American in the Confederacy. So I did just want to ask your plans. What are you guys planning on doing to celebrate?
I'm probably going to do a cookout for the fam. Nice little barbecue and relax. It's still quarantine time, so not much we can do. Watch a good movie, something light.
You?
That's it?
I'm sorry.
He was going into...
I'm afraid
he was getting ready to...
Is that what it is? It's not enough? It's not enough? What do you think I do, Q?
No, man. I thought you was getting ready to... I don't... It sounded like you was getting ready to go down a list.
No. I'm not yelling at every person I see or anything like that. Gotta lay low.
I am going to celebrate. I'm going to barbecue some free-range chicken. I'm going to have some lemonade with some organic free-range lemons. And I'm going to sit back and relax and, think about what that day stands for.
Oh, I thought you were going to sit down and watch free cable that you got for your neighbor. Corey didn't get that. That's a 90s reference. You know about the splitter. You know about the splitter. It's all good.
All right, so I need just to commemorate, love for Black families. I need your worst experience or worst dining experience that you had with a Black family or another Black family member or just some experience like that. I need to hear something interesting to end this off.
I don't have a worse experience, but I can give an experience where I prejudged my family. My family has a lot of cultures. We have Black Americans, we have Blacks from the Caribbean, Haiti, we have Mexicans, we're a multicultural, loving family. So one time we had a gathering and somebody made like a southwestern Texas salad, with the black beans, the corn, and something like that. And somebody made yams. So I automatically thought, all right, this auntie made the Mexican salad, and this auntie made the yams. It's totally wrong, bro. Vice versa. It got me good, bro. It got me good. I was like, your yams are amazing. She was like, I didn't make that. She did. Well, my fault. Right off the bat.
Showed how uncultured you were and how cultured they were, huh?
How cultured they were and how ignorant I was. Yeah. Racism in my own family. I'm ashamed.
Wow, that's rough, man. And I was in my early 20s. You're going to find this hard to believe, but I always had a knack for saying inappropriate things at the wrong time.
Didn't believe that.
I know. It's a stretch. I had a good friend of mine. His father was a war veteran, and his father had a wooden eye. Now, he kept a patch over it, but everyone knew that the eye was wooden. So it was a thing. He says to me before dinner, he said, listen, Q, before we go inside, I know how you are, man. Listen, my dad has a wooden eye. Don't say anything. The whole family's sensitive about it. I said, hey, no problem. Go inside, have a good time. We have a good dinner. I make jokes. Everyone's laughing. It's fantastic. Father loves me. At the end of the night, I'm getting ready to leave, and the father says to me, hey, Q, hey, man, you want me to slice you a piece of this chocolate cake? I said, would I? Everyone turned and looked at me, and the next thing you know, the kids were kicking me, the dog was chasing me, food was flying at me, and I was being thrown out the door. That's the story.
Yeah, you deserve that one. I don't even know how.
I didn't even mean it.
Would the audience really believe that you didn't do that on purpose?
Yeah, I don't know how you think.
I did not. I would never do that on purpose.
Would the audience really believe that you have changed since then?
Is that a double entendre?
Yeah, E is on the low, continually saying would.
That's not what I meant.
Oh.
Would I do that?
And on that note, please go out and celebrate Juneteenth. No matter what race you are, this is an all-inclusive holiday. Thank you for everyone joining us this Thursday. Come back next Thursday. We actually got a special guest.
Would I?
All right. That's enough for you. We got a special guest joining us next week. Check our social medias to see who it is. We're going to be announcing it in the next day or two. Yeah, it's going to be really fun. We're excited. Make sure that you hit us on Instagram at Bruh It's a Podcast. Send us a question on anchor.fm/BIAP. Thank you for our female caller.
Would you please stop talking and let the audience do their thing? Hit it with the outro!
Bruh.